Consider the scientific paper. This document is the primary medium through which scientists communicate their discoveries. They are the bricks that form the foundation of what we call science. The structure of scientific papers have changed a lot since they first came into being in the 17th century, but nowadays they tend to follow a 6-act structure. The abstract. This is basically an advertisement. It's there to get your attention, to make you want to read the paper. It usually summarizes the paper's findings, giving you a short taste of what the paper is all about. Introduction. The introduction gives us the context for the data about to be presented to us. This section is where the researchers establish the overarching question that this paper will seek to answer. Methods. The methods are where you'll hear about all the cool equipment they use to perform all the experiments. This is where the researchers talk about how they did their work. This is your opportunity to get under the hood and see what really makes this paper tick. Results. The results are the meat of the paper. This is where we get to see the actual data generated by those experiments described in the previous methods. This is where we also get to see whether the data actually answers the overarching question presented in the introduction. Discussion. The discussion is where the researchers spell out their answer to the question posed at the beginning of the study. They can go on to relate their work to the rest of the scientific literature, set forth new hypotheses, and suggest future research avenues. References. Yep, the references are actually pretty important. You remember how the introduction distills the context into nice bite-sized chunks for the reader? The reference section is where you'll find all the details underpinning those contexts, and they are usually a great starting point for delving into the deeper scientific literature surrounding this topic. The scientific paper is the main way in which we deliver new research findings. They form the basis for conversations between scientists and with the wider public. But often, those conversations happen through the medium of press releases, and often working scientists only have enough time to read the abstract and perhaps skim the introduction and discussion. What's often left out of the discussion is the actual data. Data itself is messy and doesn't often follow the clearly laid out story from the abstract, the introduction, and the discussion. Let me repeat that for those of you not shocked by this. The scientific data is being left out of discussions about science. The very edifice upon which science is built often gets ignored. The purpose of this channel is to redress that balance. On this channel, I hope to review scientific papers and do my best to explain how they obtain their data, what their data exactly mean, and give my opinion on how well their data supports their hypotheses. I want to put the scientific data at the center of our conversations about science.